Despite Mercedes' struggles, which resulted in Lewis Hamilton finishing the 2022 season without a single win for the first time in his career, the Brit is set to sign a multi-year contract extension before the new season begins in March. Let's take a look at the details of their new deal, how Mercedes has reacted to the rumours, and why we believe the new deal is good news for Hamilton's main rival, Max Verstappen. Wolff claims contract negotiations will be easy. With Hamilton's current contract set to expire at the end of 2023 and the 7-time world champion committed to Formula One for the foreseeable future, both parties are focused on reaching an agreement on a new contract. Hamilton initially signed a 1-year contract in 2021 shortly before pre-season testing, but signed a multi-year extension later that year that will keep him in F1 until the end of 2023. And team boss Toto Wolff claims that it will only take a few hours of wrangling to finalize a deal that commits Hamilton to Mercedes beyond that time frame. "We have a full year to go," said Wolff. "We're so aligned. In the last 10 years, our relationship has grown that it's just a matter of him physically being back in Europe, sticking our heads together, wrestling a bit, and then leaving the room with white smoke after a few hours." When a successful or highly rated Formula One driver is potentially on the market, rival teams will soon start sniffing around, as Red Bull did with Lando Norris before he agreed to his long-term McLaren extension. And Hamilton, a 7-time champion with the most wins, poles and podiums in the sport's history, is a driver that every team would love to sign. However, the Mercedes team, with which Hamilton has become so ingrained, looks to be the one with which Hamilton will end his career. The dream combination of Max Verstappen and Hamilton at Red Bull would be must-see mayhem, but that is a path that Red Bull will never take. Whereas Ferrari appear to have their long-term lineup set with Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, a dream move for Hamilton in the past, but one that has never come close to happening. Returning to McLaren appears to be a midfield project that is too late for Hamilton, so Mercedes emerges as the only viable option, which is why Wolff is correct in expecting this new contract to be signed soon. Nonetheless, the new contract information may be bad news for Lewis Hamilton fans everywhere. Rumours of new contract details. A report from the French outlet 20 Minutes offers details on the potential size of a new contract, what Hamilton would do after retiring, and who would pay for it all. Hamilton has been offered a contract worth $76 million per year for the 2024 and 2025 seasons, according to the report. This is a 55% raise from his current base salary of $49 million. It is also the same amount he would earn, including a bonus, if he won the F1 championship under his current contract. In other words, the new deal will pay him as if he wins the championship every year, even if he doesn't. According to 20 Minutes, Hamilton is also seeking an additional contract to serve as a Mercedes ambassador after retirement, which would pay him $270 million over 10 years. If the two parties agree on these figures and Hamilton retires after the 2025 season, he will earn a whopping $470 million over the next 13 years. According to the report, Jim Ratcliffe, founder of Mercedes sponsor Ineos, would finance 90% of the new contract, an increase from the 33% it currently is. Ratcliffe is also a Mercedes F1 shareholder and Hamilton's close friend. The pair has even been mentioned as potential future owners of Premier League club Manchester United. In an interview, Hamilton mentioned a possible collaboration. "Jim's part boss, but partner. I'd say we're more partners because we're in this together, and I hope in future to do something with Jim and build with him," Hamilton told the Manchester Evening News last September. "I don't know where that will be or what that will be, so I can't really say. I haven't had a call from him asking if I want to be involved in a United bid just yet. But I do want to get more and more involved in teams because I really do believe in black ownership. There is a lack of it in sports. And black equity, again, there is a real lack of that." Why the contract is bad news for Hamilton. So, what's the bad news for Hamilton here? Remember all the talk about winning the World Championship and receiving a bonus? Well, according to the French report, no such clause will be included in the new contract. implying that Hamilton and Mercedes are not particularly confident of dethroning Max Verstappen and Red Bull following their blisteringly fast start to the new era of Formula One. In a recent interview, Verstappen supported these claims, stating that if you fall behind after major rule changes, it can take a long time to catch up, while the leaders continue to improve. The 25-year-old compared the current situation to the last major rule change, when Red Bull took several years to come even close to Mercedes in the championship. Remember, Verstappen finished last year with a 146-point lead in the final driver's standings, having mathematically won his second championship in Japan with 4 races remaining. And as comprehensive as that appeared to be, Red Bull chief engineer Paul Monahan believes the Dutch driver can outperform himself in 2023. Max is technically extremely gifted. He did a lot of work as a youngster, often guided by his father, and you can see the legacy of that. He knows what he's talking about within the car, and he knows what he wants, said Monahan. With his engineers, they know how to deliver a car that he finds nicely balanced, easy to drive. Well, not necessarily easy to drive, but drivable. It looks after its tires well enough that he can manage a situation. If you look at his record over the past seasons he's been with us, it's stunning. He wouldn't achieve that if he wasn't an exceptional driver. Can he improve? Yes, of course he can. He might not thank me for saying that. There are areas he can get a little better. He'll dig into himself and think what he could do better for a season. And it's up to us to give him a car to go out and demonstrate those skills. Wolff on W14 car. But we'd be lying if we said Hamilton's contract is set in stone. For the time being, it's all rumor and speculation. In fact, Mercedes has already addressed the allegations in a new fan update. Instead, a spokesperson for Silver Arrows stated unequivocally that negotiations between the two parties had not even begun. Obviously, the winter doesn't stop the rumor mill, and it's been entertaining to read speculation about contract discussions when they haven't yet begun. The rumors seem to have started on a French blog, with which we don't have a relationship, and they're pretty wild in terms of what they suggest. Toto stated on record last Friday that discussions haven't yet begun, and that's exactly the situation. However, Mercedes' latest statement appears to confirm other concerns, namely that the two parties' talks have been postponed. Despite Wolff's assurances, Hamilton recently admitted that the two had yet to meet to negotiate terms. "We haven't started yet. So far there's been no time for this. We were on the road." All eyes are now on Mercedes as the team attempts to recover from a disastrous 2022 season. And it is safe to say that the performance of their 2023 challenger will play a significant role in that. An intensive in-season effort to solve the problems resulted in a significant step forward, and the team finished 1-2 in the Brazilian Grand Prix. And with hints of a concept change, Mercedes has used the winter months to rethink critical areas of its vehicle. Wolff, on the other hand, has stated that the team is working on a similar design for 2023 because it believes that there is still a lot of untapped potential. With pre-season testing and the 2023 season rapidly approaching, Wolff is confident that the Silver Arrows will be able to compete for victories in the new season. "We have no doubt when you are starting behind by half a second, it's going to be difficult to catch up to great organizations like Red Bull and Ferrari," said Wolff. Having said that, we are super determined in doing just that, but we need to set our expectations at a realistic level. If we perform in the way we hope, then we'd like to be part of the racing at the very front. I think that would be a starting point, but we don't take that for granted. It could well be that the gaps are like they were at the end of last season. But I think there is still so much potential within our car, within the concept, the way we drive the car, that maybe our development slope can be steeper in the months to come. In addition to Wolff's belief that the W14 has enormous potential, Mercedes will have a significant development advantage over Red Bull. As a result of the sliding scale dictated by the previous season's results, the reigning champions automatically received the least wind tunnel testing time, while Red Bull received an additional 10% reduction for exceeding the sport's budget cap in 2021. But so far, nothing is set in stone. What are the specifics of Hamilton's contract? Will it be determined by his performance in 2023? Nobody knows yet. And while Mercedes may have denied the rumors, that doesn't make them necessarily false. All this adds up to an intriguing puzzle that will undoubtedly become a hot topic in the coming years. After all, the fates of Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes are inextricably linked. So, what are your thoughts on the contract rumors surrounding Hamilton? Is it all nonsense? Or does it hold some truth? What do you think Hamilton's future in the sport will be? Please let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking it and subscribing. Be sure to click the bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Thank you for watching.